Okay, class. I know the quiz didn't go how you thought it was going to, or maybe it did, but breathe, calm down. A lot of people had trouble with the quiz. We're going to be having a requiz on Monday. Yeah, yes. We're going to have a requiz on Monday. Your grades aren't getting counted. And remember, quiz days are daily grades. I call quizzes formative assessments. I'm assessing the form of the ideas in your brain. I'm also assessing the way I formulate the class. There's some things I need to tweak. There are some things that we can improve on as individuals. The first thing I'm going to mention before we go over the different misconceptions on the test is the homework. There's a good number of you who have not signed up for Big Ideas Math or who have not completed your assignments. So we're going to do a quick review of this. Scroll down, go to the login page. If you have not signed up yet, please watch this video. This is a reminder of how to get into Big Ideas the normal way. Click the login page. If you've already signed up, you'll be on this tab. You can also get here by pressing the star, says login page. And when you press done, I already have it saved. It's going to say something like resource or login or big ideas at the top. Next, you're going to put the code that they gave you. If you forgot the code, if you forgot your username, please do not create another account. Send me a message so I can send you what your username is. So you'll sign in. You will click assignments. One second. If you ever go on here and you see no assignments and upcoming or overdue, please let me know. Then you will press enter once you get to the screen. It's going to take a little bit to load. You'll press start or resume. You'll answer the question. Your screen's going to look a little bit different. I'm inside of Algebra 2 right now. You have an on-screen calculator to help you. You can check your answer multiple times. So let's say the answer is 0. I'm going to check my answer. It's going to give me a red X. Don't just go to the next question. Think about it. Look at your notes. Try again. Check answer. It'll be okay. Still having trouble? Reach out to me. Click this need help button. There's videos, there's lessons. There's even more videos, even more lessons, and there's a glossary for definitions. If you click this arrow, you can save your progress if you feel nervous or if you have a poor internet connection. You can save and exit, which means it saves and leaves you alone, and it exits it out. Or you can submit. When you are done with your homework, you need to click submit so I can see that you officially turned it in. If not, it looks like on my end that you haven't done the assignment at all. Also, this total time clock, this is going to keep going. Let's see the time, 1:16. That total time clock is going to keep going while you have that tab open and Big Ideas Math has not logged you out. I'm using that information to keep track of who may or may not need help. Some of you have like 10 hours on the homework. If any of you have 10 hours, you probably should have called me by the time you got to an hour and a half. Please don't let this go on in the background. It makes me very concerned. It makes me very sad because it makes me think that I've done an extremely poor job teaching you. Now to the main event. We're going to go over the quiz. You'll have a requiz Monday. No, it's not going to be the exact same quiz. They're going to be very similar ideas. Please match the definitions to the word. A plane. A plane has 2 dimensions, like a square. A sheet of paper is a plane. On this plane, we have length and width. A plane has 2 dimensions. I'm going to skip that. A point has no dimensions. A line has 1 dimension. You go in one direction on a line. Yes. A ray also has 1 dimension. It goes one direction. However, you cannot select 2 of the same answer on a row. Let me clarify. Give me a sec. I cannot select. Oh, actually, that's not even relevant here. So it has 1 endpoint. A ray has 1 endpoint. A ray has 1 endpoint and 1 arrowhead. This option has arrowhead. Only one thing here has arrowhead. That would be a line. A ray has 1 endpoint. For a point, 3 points not on a line is the definition of a plane. It's an alternate definition. If you go back and watch the video or read the textbook, you will see both of those definitions there. My apologies, my phone's blowing up. So we're going to match these definitions. So let's see what it says. Has points at its ends. A segment has points at its ends. Endpoints, points at its ends. Endpoints are points at its ends. Endpoints, points at the ends. Collinear points are placed on a one-dimensional object. R means multiple, points has an S. One-dimensional object, a line is a one-dimensional object. Occupy the same two-dimensional place. A plane is two-dimensional. Same is like co. So coplanar points occupy the same dimensional place. Rays, opposite rays, are the results of having 3 points on a line. We're going to take this step by step. Here's a ray. Sorry, no, this is a line. If we add 1 point to this, we have a ray going this way and a ray going that way. But do we? No, we don't. We have an endpoint, but we don't know the name of this arrowhead. Oh no, my camera mirrors. Okay. So we have ray AB. We have an endpoint and we have an arrow. That's a ray. We have 2 points. Is that enough for opposite rays? No. So we need a third point. And now we have a ray going to the left and a ray going to the right, which means we have 3 points to make an opposite ray, to make opposite rays. So the intersection of a plane and a line not on the plane. Here's a plane. Here's a line. This line is not on this plane. Intersect means to touch. So I now have a line that intersects with the plane, but the line is not on the plane. It goes through the plane. The intersection of unique lines. Unique just means that they aren't the same. Otherwise, it's unique lines, means they're not the same. Here's a line, they intersect at a point. Line, 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 line. They intersect, that creates a point. The intersection of unique planes. Here's a plane. Here's a plane. When they touch, You see this corner that goes all the way across? Remember, planes are infinite. They go on forever. So even though this looks like a line segment, these planes actually never, ever, ever stop. So what's created? A line. If we go to GeoGebra real quick for our 3D graphing calculator, we see this is a plane. We'll make another plane. One, two, 3 points to make a plane. So now we're going to rotate this slightly. We see these intersect and they create a line. If this was perfectly perpendicular, you would see this green line would be the intersection of these two planes. This line keeps going and going and going. So it's a line, not a line segment. Are these the same geometric object? Let's see. This is endpoint Z. This is endpoint X. They have different endpoints, so they are not the same geometric object. The rays are actually going, the rays are inverted. Okay, X, Z, Z, X. How does that look? Oh, it's backwards, but it makes the point. You see, these endpoints are different, so they are not the same. Are these the same geometric object? They are the same. This is endpoint A, this is endpoint A. This is arrowhead B, this is arrowhead B. These are two rays, they have the same name. They look like they're facing different ways, but if we follow the endpoints, we see they're the same. These are line segments because there's no arrowheads. If you replace the arrowheads, they are still the same. Sorry, if you replace the letters, it's still the same. I know I'm changing the letters. It's so it won't look as bad being backwards. HI is the same thing as IH. They have the same length. Define terms. If you look at the textbook or the video under the major concept, it's like the first picture in 1.1. We'll see the list of undefined terms, which are point, line, and plane. If we look at the second picture for the big concepts on the next page after 1.1 begins, you will see that those are ray, line segment, and opposite rays, which is true. So to explain this one, let's look at the arrowheads. So this says AB. This says after B there's an arrowhead. Do arrowheads ever stop? No. This is half of a line. It keeps going and going and going. This is like you start at a point, then go off to infinity. What is infinity minus 2? What's infinity minus 2? If you go on forever and you take 2 steps back, how far will you go? Forever. So this is infinity minus 2, and this is infinity. AB is infinity minus 2, AC is infinity. At the end of the day, will infinity minus 2 be the same length as infinity? It will. They're both going to go on forever. If you need clarification about this point, let me know. I'm going to post another video about the explanation of this. So the answer is these two rays are the same. This one. This question is going to be hard to explain via video. Give me a sec. Okay, we'll see how this explanation goes in GeoGebra. So we're going to have a cube. So on our cube, we're going to say 1, 2, 3 points make our plane. So these 1, 2, 3 points make our plane. As we see, when we do this, there's a diagonal, this plane goes diagonal through the cube. There's 4 points on our cube that touch this plane. E, H, B, and if we rotate it, we'll see it goes at diagonal. So E and B are on this plane. H and C are on this plane. So the two diagonal pieces of this cube touch this plane as this plane goes sideways diagonally through the cube. So the rest of the dots are not coplanar to those points. However, there's an additional answer choice here, answer choice O, to make sure that you didn't just answer the question with the exact same answers from the homework, because there is no O shown, so there is no O as you can select in the answer choice as the answer to the diagram. I hope that clarified the quiz. Please breathe, calm down. Everything is going to be fine. And also, if you have not started the homework, I've extended the due date for the homework until Monday. That way you can make sure you get those problems in before you take the requiz. Thanks. If you have any questions, please contact me. Cowboy folks out.